Hey everybody, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. It is I, ECW fan, the Collector.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited. It's Christmas time and one more week away, and I'm showing off the games part of this now. But I picked up from October on, and if you saw, I picked up some stuff before that. I've showed them in videos and the sale, the Pro Week sale, which yeah, the Pro Week sale continued at our shop into November. There was stuff, our local shops kept it going. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if every shop done this, but I picked up 3 or 4 more games after the sale. I was like, okay, it should have ended in a week, but it's still going on. And I would just go in there and find more games that I could get. And there's a collection set that I'm really happy with. But before we get to that, it's time for me to show off some pawn shop stuff and local sales that I got. And there's a guy on my Facebook who sells some stuff at times, and he has some games, and I bought that Batman figure from him once, and he was selling 2 regular Nintendo games. I've got 3 of them. I got 3 games off of him last time, but for $2 a piece, I picked up Silent Service, and I have no clue how to say that name, and I'm not even going to attempt it because I knew I would screw it up. There's the game. I have no clue. It's from McLean. Yeah. Kind of happy with those 2. I'm very happy because I like adding cheap Nintendo games to my collection, my video game collection. Now, this one is not one I picked up. My niece picked it up, and she picked it up for me. She said, she come in running and handed me the game when she got up here to stay, and she's like, I got you this, and she don't know that I don't play much PC games, but she's sweet, and I get her stuff at times, a lot, and she'll pick me up McDonald's toys that she don't need if she got them already. And so she picked me up this game, Sims 3 Generations, the expansion pack. Now, I don't play PC games, but I'm going to keep this because she got it for me. She can be sweet sometimes to me, I guess. At times. Now, staying with Nintendo, I'm going to stay with Nintendo here. This is the last Nintendo one. I jumped to PC, but this is back to Nintendo. I picked up a Wii game, and I don't really pick up many Wii games. It or Wii U. I should pick them up because I know the Wii U is becoming collectible now. Because Nintendo's doing stuff with their store, and I'm not even going to get into that. But I picked this one up at the pawn shop, and I had to get it because the cover looked cool. Eddie, I think you'll like this one. Ninja Bread Man. Yeah. Ninja Bread Man. Look at that. Candyland is in trouble, baby. Candyland is in trouble. Disc is in perfect shape. Got the book. I was like, I'm going to get that. Even the pawn shop guy laughed when I picked it up. He said, he thought it was funny when I picked it up. And there was a guy in there when I picked it up, and I think he was a little bit irked that I got it. He probably like, I wish I could have picked that first, but hey, to the victor goes the spoils of war and collecting. Moving on at the pawn shop, at the same time I picked up Ninja Dead Man, I picked up this one, this set. Now, this one game has not been played, Vice City, but this was a two game set from Xbox, the original Xbox. Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And, yeah, Vice City has not been played. Grand Theft Auto 3 has. And, this set was actually, both of them was new. I think it was like a $40 set, maybe $30 or $40 set, but one's been played and the other hasn't. But the box really has, suffered some wear. But I picked it up, for the original Xbox, and they didn't even charge me anywhere close to anything. Seriously, they were trying to get rid of some games, and they have a lot of them in that one pawn shop. And if there's rare times I'll come in, he's like, dude, I'm going to cut you a heck of a deal today. And I know I'm going to get some good games from him, too, because he'll price them so cheap. I walked in there one day, and I think Eddie was with me, and Eddie was stunned at what I picked up, for the price I paid for a bunch of PlayStation 2 games. Now, this came from another pawn shop. This was Indigo Prophecy for the Xbox. And this came from Quantum Dreams, the studio Quantum Dreams that did Detroit Become Human, and they did one game before that. And I can't think of the guy yelling it out. But yeah. This one I picked up because of Quantum Dreams. I said, you know, I'd like to get that. I'd like to get that for the original Xbox. And it's got mature rating. I'm always looking for console exclusives in a way, you know, for some of these consoles, you know, for the Xbox. Now we're going to the Xbox 360. And one of these I got from the pawn shop was Project Sylphid, Ark of Deception. Project Sylphid. And I've seen this game before in another pawn shop, but the disc was in bad shape. Very bad. Bad. Very bad. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to get that one. No. But I got it finally. Another one I got, and I love these characters. I've loved these since I was a kid. I'm always looking for games like this. And it was Snoopy's Grand Adventure. I love the Peanuts characters. And it's nice to see Charles Schultz's creations keep going on into this new era. There's a new movie coming out from Apple. Apple has basically promoted this movie that's coming out in 2024. I think they had an ad in Times Square. And Apple has really been very good with their movies, man. That Napoleon movie, I've heard good things about it. I need to watch it. I need to get my Apple service back on just to watch it. With Joaquin Phoenix and Ridley Scott. You know, the movie looks like an epic war movie, and you got Black Sabbath behind it. So I got high hopes for Apple doing Peanuts. The last Xbox 360 game I got, and like I said, I'm always looking down for unique games, and the Xbox 360 has some of the worst discs. I could have had maybe 150 to 200 games of Xbox 360 games if the discs were worth a darn, because the discs are just in bad shape. This one was Magen and the Forsaken Kingdom. I was looking for this from PlayStation 3 for the longest time, and I saw it in the pawn shop. I told the guy I'm going to go ahead and get it. And he cut me a great price on it, because this one used to be a little pricey from what I remember. I don't know if it still is or not, but if I find it on PlayStation 3, I'll go ahead and get it, but I'm not really hunting it down seriously right now. I've got it for this. I'm happy. And with what you see, what I picked up from the PlayStation 3 in part 2 of this video, coming next week, oh my God. I nailed a couple of the big ones I needed to find that I've been looking for a while. I found them. Mission accomplished. Let's drop the banner. Now we're going to the Xbox One. If you saw the vlogs back in November, me and Eddie and my cousin Nikki went to Beckley. We went to Computer Whiz. And, oh man, I picked up, I think I picked up a game error from the Xbox 360. And it was Crackdown, the first Crackdown. And this is the original exclusive. And I've always heard this game was really good. And I was like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up for the Xbox 360. And I could tell with the Computer Whiz, they test their games. They test them. They make sure they're clean. I've never had a problem with the Computer Whiz game. So this one was really nice to find. So that's the last Xbox 360 game. I thought Magen was, but actually it was the Computer Whiz one. Now, at a pawn shop, I picked, oh no, this actually came from GameStop. Okay, GameStop. Sorry. At GameStop, I found another exclusive for the Xbox One, since I have it. It is Ori and the Blind Forest, the collective edition. And I think this has a CD with it. And, yeah, like I said, I'm collecting exclusives for the Xbox One. I mean, why pick up... if I find the same games, if they're cheap enough, I'll pick them up for both systems. But I'm mostly hunting exclusives like this. And the Crackdown. Another one I picked up from GameStop was Planetfall. I've not seen this one on the PlayStation 3, so I was like, well, this must be an exclusive too, so I'll go ahead and get it. And it was marked down way cheap. And a lot of the Xbox Ones are being marked down because they're trying to get rid of them, so I was like, I'm going to go ahead and snatch this one up. At the same time I picked up Planetfall, I picked up Call of Duty World War II. And this one was insanely cheap. And I was like, you know what, for a couple bucks, I'll get it. I like some Call of Duty. I've got this for the PlayStation 4. I was halfway through the campaign of it, and I quit. I got to go back to it. But yeah, this was nice to find. Surviving the Aftermath came from a pawn shop. I saw it there and I was like, I've never heard of this game. I've never heard of this game. And disc was in great shape. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get Surviving the Aftermath. It looks like a survival horror game. And I was like, and yeah, survive and thrive in a post-apocalyptic future. It looks interesting. It looks interesting. Now, this came from a pawn shop, and I was so excited to find it. And I made, John, I think this come from John's shop, that pawn shop Godfathers. So I checked the disc. I was like, please be in good shape. Please be in good shape. Because this makes the second time I found this game, and I didn't want to walk away from it like I did the first time at one pawn shop. Because I never could find it again. This was in great shape. It's Bully, baby. Scholarship Edition. And I've been looking for this one. I've heard Rocksteady's game on this one was really good. And people have been wanting a sequel to this game for the longest time. And they just won't put the sequel out. They will not do a sequel. It's just like, come on, man. But they're going to do, I think they're going to do Grand Theft Auto 6 from what I've heard. I got to finish Grand Theft Auto 5. And that game is insanely priced high, or insanely content heavy now with all the add-ons. I meant to say insanely content heavy. But yeah, Bully Scholarship Edition. I got one from GameStop, and I remember picking this up in late October. This was a Borderlands, a Handsome Collection. When I was picking this up, a guy and his son was in there, and they was picking up a game. And I showed him the Handsome Collection. I said, I think this got a couple games with it. Yes, it's got 2 games with it, a Borderlands. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. He said, that's a pretty good bargain. And now, this one came from GameStop, and it was supposed to be used, by the way. This game was supposed to be used. And she pulled me out a new copy. She said, I can't find a used. Here you go. You get a new one. I was like, okay, thank you. It's 3 games in one. It's the Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, 3 games in one. And I got it new, and I actually passed on it at Walmart when he had this one marked down to 10. I got it for the same price, and I got it from GameStop. But I do thank her for that. She's like, yeah, you get it new. And I was like, well, thank you. Thank you very much. She's like, I can't find them. She said, there's supposed to be a used copy in here, and she kept looking. She said, and she just reached into it. She said, I can find you, here's your new copy. And I was like, she said, go ahead and take it. And I was like, okay. Sometimes GameStop works out. People do that. People, they rip on GameStop, but some of those people really are nice there, and they'll do what they can for you. And now I'm gonna get to the Pro Week sale that kept going on. Here's the Pro Week stuff, which really surprised me because the sale just kept going, and and I would sit there and walk in, and I'd be like, man, this is wild. This still keeps, there's still 25 to 75% off on games still. Risen 75% off. They would just hand you the case and put the game in it, like so. And people could sit there, oh, that's not new. Not gonna be like, well, as long as the game is cheap and plays, and I got it for 75% off, I'm not gonna really go crazy over it not being practically new. But yeah, 75% off. Sale kept going. Sale kept going in the pro sale. And I can understand people getting angry that the games should be new and in the plastic, but me personally, as long as I get them and I play them and I enjoy them, I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. And plus, at the end, you're going to see what I picked up brand new, and I was very happy to get that. And a lot of my Pro Week sale games that I got back in October were given to me new. Almost all of them were. So I'm not going to sit there and moan over that one little issue. I'm not going to really complain over it. Another game I got for 50% off, and the guy said, I found you, because it was the case I picked up wasn't, it was one of those, fake game cases. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to get the real game case. And he's like, hey, I found you the real game case. It was Neptunia Sisters versus Sisters of RPG. And it, too, was 50% off. And I was like, I like RPGs. And I was reading I read up on it. I was like, okay, this looks good. This looks really interesting. really interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. So I did. And I like to add to my PlayStation 5 collection, which I did. Now, this next one made up for it. Yes, those two were open, but, you know. This one was the collection set of No More Heroes. And this bad boy was not open. And this bad boy was 50% off, I believe. And they had marked this one down. No More Heroes 3. Yeah, has the art book and everything. I was like, this is the only collection set I'm going to get. I like that. Yeah. PlayStation 5. They had the PlayStation 4 version. I picked it up first. And I was like, because they had the same sale on it and the 4. And I was like, wait a minute. Get it for the 5. So I put the 4 one back. And I went and got this one. But yeah. These were the Pro Week sales. And this will end part 1. I still got more games to go. I still got part 2, which will be the PlayStation stuff. And I picked up a lot of good PlayStation games. And I hit a special achievement. And I'm going to tell you what that is next week. You'll see what the special achievement is. And it'll be like, it'll be a special mark for me. Because I never imagined I would get hit this moment game-wise. So stay tuned until next week. It'll be the final part of the Christmas haul pickups. The final game part. So, till next time, happy holidays. Have a Merry Christmas. And I'll see you then. Now I'm going to go play me some Neptunia Sisters versus Sisters, baby. Oh, yeah.